which is interesting. And I was in Grassing Room picking Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, against Subsra on Oasis. Why aren't you using the Aztec Stinger? That's a good question. I'm gonna use it for the next game. So, right side of the map, in the red color, playing as right Suppe. And we also already introduced Grassing Room, playing Quetzalcoatl. He has to play Aztecs now, it's his turn to play Aztecs, and that's a weird build order. He hasn't really found his hunt yet, it's just surprising. Okay, he finally found the zebras. His woodlines are pretty awful, to be honest. You could easily do some nice raids with chariot archers if you're Suppe here, like some chariot archers behind this woodline, then behind this woodline, or even this one too. And this one is, it's quite a weak woodline, I would say. You would run out of wood very fast if you'd go for this as a Grassing Room. So it was a little bit disappointing to not see Suppe using the Great Abundance God Power. But at least Grassing Room, I'm pretty sure Grassing Room will use that God Power for us, guys. What do you do against Norse with wood like that? You have two options. The one option is to resign, I would say. And the second option is to wait until you lose and complain about the map. Depends on your mood in the day, you pick one of these. So, Suppe, I would say this is a great town center, or veto. Well, yeah, you can always veto, guys. Okay, so this is a decent second town center for Suppe. It kinda gives you access to the gold mine. You can build farms around, use the rain, and once you're up to the heroic age, you can drop a Migdol here, right next to the town center. Because this also not only secures the gold mine, but it also secures you the Migdol, because nobody wants to take fights close to your town center unless they're like full population or something. He's not against Norse, but he's against Ra, exactly. Do you know when Riddle is going to be released? 2030, guys. Or 2040. In like 10 to 20 years. No. They decided to remove the Chinese faction because of the TikTok situation. What? Okay, I didn't get the joke. Anyways, let's see what Suppe's gonna do now. If you will move into if you will move to hunt the lions, or if you will go for the giraffes. I would go for the giraffes if I was Suppe. Oh, actually I wouldn't go. He went for husbandry. This is quite interesting. Early husbandry build. And he's also kinda having an exposed gold mine. I wonder if he's going to build slingers this time to defend, like he did with archers last game. Is Tlatoani. So, depending on the Aztec god you play, you get a Tlatoani that has different provides you of different bonuses depending on the Aztec god you play. This one is an economic Tlatoani. It boosts the villages in this range. So if I was Suppe, I mean if I was Grassing Room, I would just put the Tlatoani in the middle giraffe, so it boosts all of the villages there. And whoa, that's a forward temple. He might be going for a rush. Who knows? He might be going for a rush. How many villages on gold? Like 12. This could be a bust play. Suppe loves bust. 12. Wow. Will he go for early farming already? What if you get rust, Suppe? What will you do there? Rush on Oasis. Well, sometimes. Not sometimes. In my opinion, it can work. Second monument already. Temple is already up as well. Another priest, okay, to empower the monument and potentially empowering the lumber camp as well. We also see the Quetzal bird. I explained in the previous game what it does. And Grassengroom is already up, grabbing a second town center. So Grassengroom doesn't want to play really classical age, seems like. He wants to boom a little bit, and went with the heroic age Aztec power spikes. He went for the Hands of the Fire. And you can always do a broken composition of god powers. You use the Hands of the Fire to trap an entire army in a range, and then you use the Night Wind's god power, which it's like a locust, the Night Wind's god power, but it works on military units, on villagers too, but it's like a locust that works on on military units as well. So you basically have two god powers, like Ancestor and Eclipse, that you trap an entire army in like a box, and you use the heroic age god power, the Night Winds, in that exact position, and it kills everybody. I once tested that with Batuhan. We were doing some Aztec tests around, around the god powers to find out stuff, and you can actually trap and kill 300 heroes of Ragnarok. Do you guys believe that? So every time you see somebody going for this god power combination, what you're gonna do is split your army everywhere. Split it, I don't know in how many pieces, but just split it. Split your army to 3 to 4 groups, so your opponent doesn't just, doesn't just put your army in a ball and kill it for free. Batuhan is it, exactly. An early rain, Grassengroom trying to get some advantage out of it by building some farms himself, and this is a nice wooden wall from Suppe, the wall hacks. Suppe using the rain about his resources. Is he edging up? Yep, he's now edging up and he's going... Okay, he's edging up through Hathor. He's also empowering the monument. We don't say that quite often. Okay. He's switching now to the wood line. And there we see Grassengroom using his own god power on the town center, boosting the gather rating of those villagers around this drop off point. Probably works like empowerment. You don't really increase the gather rates of the villagers, but you get more resources, dropping off resources on the building. That's how empowerment works. There we see a huge wall from Grassengroom, even though it doesn't do too much, because the gold mines are here, you are not really walling them off. And there is the rock also flying around, so okay. We see a Sphinx right there, nice job from Suppe. Does you have any upgrades? No upgrades yet. The units are there to defend. Heroic Age is up. And what is your next move? Okay, so you say your opponent going to town center, so you probably be like, okay, this is my chance to build a Migdol outside of my base on the second gold mine, and this is the correct approach here from Suppe. He can easily drop that Migdol over there because he sees that his opponent is on 2 town centers, and Grassengroom is kinda stuck on the... Oh, never mind, he's actually edging up. He's gonna get the Night Winds, and you guys are gonna see exactly what I was talking about. The Hands of the Pharaoh and Night Winds combination gonna kill an entire army, and Suppe will pretty much rage if that works against him, yeah. Because Suppe doesn't know too much about Aztecs, but you know, you basically learn from losing, and Suppe is going to be a victim of this god power combination over there. So the Rock and the Croc will look for a locust to use. Wondering if Suppe will try to go all in on one town center. The Quetzal bird will see all of this shenanigans, all of this operation going on. And what is the plan for Suppe? He's behind on the villagers. How is he planning on coming back into the game? With a locust push? He's making crocs. And for sure, Grassengroom will need some noble quarter units and some heroes to make out of the palace, or how's this called? Kalmekak? Yeah, I think it's Kalmekak. These like range heroes, how you would usually make, how are they called, Boxwaggers from Norse Hillforts to defend against mid units. This is kinda similar. These are the Celestial Priests. They are range heroes and they demolish the flying units. They're quite weak though, they have quite low stats. Yeah. 20% hack armor and pierce armor. TheRapl, can you explain Aztecs to those who don't know? Yep, I'm gonna explain some stuff about Aztecs again. I think I already said a few things. Aztecs is a very unique civ, guys. It has some sacred dogs that get produced from the priest. This is a warrior priest, like the Egyptian priest. You can make that unit from the temple, but costs 50 food, 50 gold. Can also heal back units if you get an upgrade. And these are the sacred dogs. They're pretty much heroes. You can see that they're shining. And these are like your heroic age units, the noble quarters. You have the barracks, which is the standard thing, and you get the noble quarters at the heroic age. Oh, that was a nice attack. Anyways, locust being used. Villagers dying. You should just garrison into the palace. There we go. And now, oh, now we see this god power combination. So all of these armies gonna die. So I told you guys, this is the combination, one of the most broken god power combination for Aztecs. The entire army died. You use the Hands of the Fire that traps units into a circle, and then you use the Night Winds, which works like a locust, which works on military units. So you basically kill everything, trapping and damaging slowly. Similar to Frost and Forest Fire, but not many people use it. Kinda, but even more deathful. Because Frost doesn't really kill your army, Frost just traps your army. And Forest Fire doesn't kill your opponent's army either, so yeah. And Frost gives a crazy armor. Yeah, this is true. This is actually true. Anyways, Grassagrum still has the score lead. But Suppe is at full population now. She could do a huge push if she wanted to. Maybe it's time to use Eclipse? No, he has no units to take down these buildings. Wondering why. And looks like Grassagrum isn't even that much ahead on the villager count. He's only ahead by 6 villagers. This is surprising. So Pharaoh is there to defend. Some units are also there to defend. Suppe is running away. I would honestly use those units to repair the Migdolab. And they're also the Eagle Knights, the counter cavalry and archers. This is the perfect unit to make against Egyptians. Look at how fast those camels go down, and now the archers as well. Look at this damage, guys. So one of the unique things that Aztecs have is that their heroic age units, they are double counter units. For example, the Eagle Knight counters cavalry and archers. So what you're gonna make against them is infantry. They have three kinds of heroic age units. They're all knights. We have the Jaguar Knight, very expensive, that counters infantry and cavalry, so they get countered by archers. You also get the Eagle Knight, which I just explained. They kill cavalry and archers, which is a perfect unit to make against Egyptians. They die to myth units and to infantry though. And you also get the Auto-Middle Knight. Okay, let's see the Eclipse. Oh, he just used the Tornado. I missed that. Suppe was going up to the Mythic Age. Now Suppe is ahead, but the thing is, Suppe doesn't really know what units to make to counter this army. This is a disadvantage for Suppe here. He doesn't know much. He doesn't know that he has to make like spearmen now to counter the units. Spearmen and maybe camels to kill the Auto-Metal Knights. Yeah, and the Auto-Metal Knights, the third unit from the Noble Quarter units, guys. This unit counters archers and infantry. So it's like a peltast. It works like a peltast, but a peltast that kills infantry too. So usually when you like fight a Peltast with a Hoplite or with a Spearman, the Hoplite and the Spearman will win. Same with the Ulfsark. The Ulfsark will wreck a Peltast. But for Aztec, their Peltasts, the Automated Knights, they counter the infantry too, so they're gonna win fights against Hoplites and Spearmen and Ulfsarks too. And maybe you'll be like, wow, they have such broken units, which is true, Aztecs have insanely broken units at the Heroic Age, but they all cost 3 population. All of the knights cost 3 population. How do you counter this? With cavalry? Honestly, I don't believe you can counter these units. Maybe if you have a better economy, you can outmass them. You usually counter, I would say, you can beat Aztecs. Okay, if you manage to outplay your opponent, you will obviously beat Aztecs. Maybe you can beat them with myth units at the classical age. And you should really be careful sniping their heroes and their sacred dogs. But I also believe you can beat Aztecs in the late game. I believe you can beat them in the late game. What you need, at least as Greek, is like Hoplites and Toxotis. They pretty much counter the Aztec late game, in my opinion. As Egyptian, probably Chariot Archers and Spearmen, but also a huge trade route with millions of mercenaries. That's how you will beat Aztecs as Egyptian. So usually you need myth units to counter the Aztecs. So Suppe is looking to hit a nice raid over there. Grassengroom is kinda prepared, he has some units to defend. And only basic upgrades so far. Hand axe, pickaxe, husbandry, plow. The sacred dogs will die. And I really hope Suppe just clicks on those units and reads the info that he needs to make infantry. And here is a plot twist. Here's something interesting for you guys to know about Aztecs. The Eagle Knights, like, you know, you'll be like, they beat cavalry and archers, they look like infantry, they run fast like Huskars. You might be like, okay, Hypaspists and Axemen counter these units, right? No, this is actually not true. They get countered by basic infantry, like Hoplites, Spearmen, Ulfsarks, and is it Spearmen for Chinese too? Yeah, from this kind of units they get countered, so you don't want to make Hypaspists against these infantry units. I think same goes for the Eagle Knights. Let's have a quick look. Eagle Knights counter with archers. No, they actually beat the infantry, I was mistaken there. No, it's the same for the Papalotul runners. It's a classical age unit that works like a Huskar. They also don't get countered from Hypaspists or Axemen. They get countered from Hoplites, Ulfsarks, Spearmen. Okay, Avenger going down to the heroes. It's time for Suppe to start sniping those heroes down. They have quite low stats. Another way to beat the Aztec army, as I said, is a spam of myth units. But you also need many ranged units to kill the heroes. They have quite weak heroes in my opinion. They're not that weak, but yeah. So, another raid over there. Suppe is at full population and Grassengroom is really struggling to get his population up. Suppe is also ahead by 13 villagers. And what I would like to see from Suppe is going to a corner, start the markets, start the trade route, and at the same time deny your opponent's corner. Very important for an Oasis game. Suppe is really relying on the Migdol units, but he doesn't really know that those units actually do not counter Grassengroom's army at all. Maybe it's time to go for a gold star soon enough. Suppe will scout this gold mine operation. He's gonna attack those commoners, AK villagers. And how about his economy upgrades? Wow, way better economy there. Sacred Cats, Irrigation, Shaft Mine, and also Skin of the Rhino for potential raids, to defend the potential raids. Would be nice to see like a tower being dropped here to deny the goal, but the gold mine will expire soon. And once again, Suppe is on the run, he's trying to escape, he's using a nice choke point to fight those units, very well done. These units are quite fast, they're gonna dodge the archer arrows, and now Suppe will idle this town center with 11 commoners over there with his camel army, which is quite nice. So Eagle Knights on the run once again, trying to chase those camels down. Camels will live. And maybe it's time to drop some siege workshop and do a catapult push. Otherwise, go for the corners. Come on, Suppe. If you're not planning on doing a huge push right now, then secure your late game. Buildings everywhere, all around the map, walls everywhere, and markets on both corners. This is what you usually need in this kind of situation. More noble quarters. Some decent upgrades there, and Suppe has the mithril of horses. Okay, maybe that's why he's spamming so many camels. It doesn't work on the chariot archers though, but still I'd like to see heavy chariot archers since he's committing into that unit. He's kinda attacking a wall there. He's losing many of those camels. Come on, Suppe, you need to retreat. Don't fight that. You need to make some infantry units. Oh my god, Suppe is gonna lose his entire army. Could this be another drop? Could this be another drop? Maybe Suppe is clueless about his army composition. I'd like to see more myth units and more infantry units. So finally some siege works. We'll try to side build this town center, but Grass and Groom already got some very decent kills over there. Suppe dropping army again and again everywhere. It is time to switch to the barracks units. It is time to make spearmen if you wanna counter those heavy Eagle Knights. Suppe will probably go for the Gold Star, seems like he's not too interested. Going for a siege attack. Defensive siege works, okay, that's interesting. And Grass and Groom is stuck on the heroic age. He has the heavy knights, which is nice. But apart from that, if Suppe actually finally switches to spearmen, or at least makes myth units, what will Grass and Groom do about that? Seven speed camels? 720, yeah, from the relic. You also get the TheRapl bonus. And with the Osiris upgrade, it's actually more than 8 speed, which is crazy. The heroes are finally out, the Bogswagger heroes. Suppe doing a nice raid, focusing on the Gold Star. But god, I really hope Suppe switches to spearmen. Anyways, the Celestial Priests with 8 attack, they don't seem as strong against normal units, but they're just destroying those Avengers. Suppe spamming army everywhere, which is nice. Trying to get the Gold Star done. Grass and Groom is switched now to the wood. He wants to trade some wood for gold. Grass and Groom like dropping population like crazy. Suppe at full population. I think this is it. Suppe probably wins this. I think Suppe wins this. Very, very interesting to see there. And Grass and Groom calls it. What a game from Suppe. I like the fast mythic play. Maybe this is something to take into consideration for my next games. So, gonna quickly update the scoreboard. It's a best of 3 series, so we get a last game to cast.